Hey, what's up guys, it's Marquez from the MKBHD channel, back with a video for Droiddog.com and the Droiddog YouTube channel, and today we're going to be taking a final look, a review video of the Droid Incredible 2. And this is the device you're looking at right here. There was no unboxing of this device on the Droiddog channel, but I definitely think this is worth taking a video review look at because it's very similar to the Thunderbolt, but in a slightly nicer form factor and a more pocketable size, and there are several things I like better about this device than I liked about the Thunderbolt I was using. So first of all, let's go ahead and take a hardware tour. First of all, on the front, you have your 4-inch capacitive LCD display. On the right hand side you have no buttons at all whatsoever, which is pretty nice. On the top of the device all you have is the power switch and the 3.5mm headphone jack. And on the left hand side you have your volume rocker, which is over on this right hand side here. It's pretty slim. And also your USB charging and data connector. On the front, of course, is that beautiful screen, and there's also a front facing 1.3 megapixel webcam. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that would be your front-facing camera. And on the back of the device, you have, of course, your 8 megapixel camera that's capable of shooting HD video with your dual LED flash and the speaker right next to it. Now, within this is a pretty decent-sized battery. I believe it's a 1400 milliamp hour battery. The battery life that I've achieved with this is much better than I did with the Thunderbolt. It's not exactly significantly better than other Android devices out there, but it's definitely very respectable for an HTC device, as HTC is not exactly known for the best battery life of their Android devices. Now down at the bottom here are your 4 capacitive buttons, but what's neat about these is that they actually rotate when you rotate the screen. So you'll see here all those devices, the home, menu, back, and search, all rotated. That kind of seemed to blow a few people's minds because they'd never seen that before, but very cool that HTC actually did that this time. So inside, of course, is a 1 GHz processor, which is very good with processing the phone. It is still a single core processor, but you know, not everyone needs a dual core processor, not everyone needs all that speed, as this device still is really fast no matter how you look at it. With opening and running applications, even heavy ones, say the Weather Channel app or games like I've demonstrated on this device before. They're very speedy, and I haven't come across any performance issues with this. Now, speaking of issues, the one issue I've had with the Incredible 2 is the 3G connectivity issues. You may be able to tell up at the top of the phone here, if I just focus, that there is a pretty weak 3G signal. There's typically been between 0 and 2 bars of 3G for Verizon Wireless in my area with the Incredible 2. Unfortunately, I actually live in a really good coverage area, and with the Thunderbolt and other phones, I've gotten full bars of service, 4 or 5 bars of service with Verizon 3G. So I'm not really sure what it is about the Thunderbolt, but it seems to be having a little bit of trouble connecting to 3G. But that's no big deal because, of course, Wi-Fi works well, GPS works well, etc. So you can see I'm running Launcher Pro here, but this is of course running a version of Android that's overlaid by HTC called SenseUI, which gives you this neat recent applications opened tray, which is pretty nifty. You can see I just opened Gmail there, and it'll open it up for you. And that also comes with a few perks like having a few extra features like widgets and different customizations. You can see the visual cues added in here with the Android settings menu. And if I go to add a widget, you can go ahead and see that there are some HTC widgets that you can add. Now these are the widgets that just came with Android, but of course they have different sort of icons because of SenseUI. Now I wasn't always a big fan of SenseUI. I kind of liked it on the Thunderbolt. It was a little bit tamed down, but still some of the icons aren't exactly pretty, but you know, I've learned to deal, I guess, with the version that HTC has overlaid over it. Overall, the Thunderbolt has been a pretty impressive phone. Taking pictures with it is really quick. I'll go ahead and open the camera here. Actually, yeah, I'll open the camera here and take a quick photo. You can see how fast it works. There it is. Picture's been taken already, and you can send it, delete it, etc. It's a really fast phone. Browsing the web has been a pretty mixed bag. I can get to websites that are desktop experience and have a pretty good loading time. But maybe you're trying to get to a really large flash embedded website, say Gizmodo or Techno Buffalo or something like that. Those might have a more difficult time loading them. So I'll go ahead and open up the Droiddog website here so you can see how long this takes to load. And this is going over, like I said, Verizon Wireless's 3G connection, which has seemed to have some issues on the Incredible 2. But we'll go ahead and see. This will load the mobile version of the Droiddog site, of course. So you can see it always seems to hang a little bit at the end when it loads just because of that 3G connectivity issue, but hopefully this will be resolved in some sort of update by HTC or something fixed in the near future. It is running Android 2.2 Froyo with HTC Sense laid over top of it. But that's basically it for the Incredible 2. Just felt like giving you guys a brief look at it, a brief review video. The screen's very good, gets very bright or very dim depending on how you like it. GPS location for services like Foursquare and Twitter and things like that is pretty fast. Overall, haven't had any major issues with it, and I've enjoyed using this phone, including the neat little rotating buttons. But you can see here that the single core processor is probably the only little thing that you might be worried about in terms of waiting for future phones or performance, say while loading a web browser, etc. But that's basically it for the Incredible 2. Thank you for watching this review video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.